People choose the known versus the unknown.
Bingo.
And video makes you known.
So welcome to the Tom Ferry Show. Super excited today to be working with Steve Passanelli, CMO of Bombbomb, fresh off the heels of the 50 most influential videographers and video producers in real estate. Fabulous report. If you haven't downloaded it, make sure you download that today and jump into it. Steve, for the people that maybe have never been exposed to you, I mean, you and I have been in this industry for a long time. Give them a little background and insight so they understand like why you have such a stronghold on this video world for real estate.
Yeah, well, I graduated and got right into the real estate technology industry, right off the bat, right out of college. And so kind of stayed in the industry and selling different products here and there, not video directly right off the bat, but started using video for my sales team.
Yes.
And so this was 8 or 9 years ago, before video was super popular, and before it took off. And
back when we had to like grab our flip video camera and shoot a video, upload it to the computer. Yes, I remember those days.
Yeah, and so I had a sales team, wasn't working for Bombbomb at the time, but I had a sales team. I found Bombbomb, and I was like, oh, maybe we can use video to convert more leads.
Yes.
And we started sending out simple videos. My sales team started selling a lot more. We started closing more deals, and I was like, well, all right, video is it.
Yes.
Yeah, this is it. And then I love video so much that I came and worked for the company.
It's outstanding.
That's the short story.
And today you spend a lot of your time both in the product development side, making sure the clients are getting the most out of what they're doing, but you also go out and you do talks, you lecture, you're a thought leader in the space. So I wrote down 5 questions, kind of coming off the second annual version of this top 50 influencers. My first question for you, maybe for the person that's watching, as I mentioned in the introduction, that's still a little nervous about doing video, why is it so important? Like, why is it, I would almost say, more important than ever to be using video in some capacity, whether it's marketing or communication?
Because we've reached an epidemic of facelessness.
An epidemic of, what the hell does that mean? Yes.
So there's a great article written in the New York Times called the I didn't make that up.
We should Google that.
I'm not smart enough.
Yes.
But called the epidemic of facelessness. And what they do is they talked about all of the interactions that people have on a daily basis where the messenger is removed from the message. And obviously through the advent of email 20, 25 years ago when it really started taking off, the messenger is being removed. And now we're reduced to just text on the screen. But you see it in your everyday interactions too. Like even as something as simple as being in a car and someone cuts you off, you don't see that person, you don't, so you act and you react differently, and you get all mad in the car, but if you were face to face with someone, you wouldn't act the same way. And so the importance of video is to bring the messenger back into the message, to allow people to recognize others as human beings by looking at them in the eye, and using all the body language, the tonality, all the things that we are born able to do and read. Babies, before they can talk, respond to actions and they respond to tone of voice. But then the digital age came around and we're like, no, we're not going to communicate face-to-face anymore.
We're only going to work in the world of email private messages, text.
And I'm not going to see you anymore. And that's why video is more important today because we're hiding behind a digital cloak of anonymity.
Yes.
If that makes sense.
Well, so I agree with 100% of what you said, and I would add in, now more than ever, authority and trust are so critical for us to establish relationships, reestablish relationships, get to the yes, let them understand who we are, right? Whether I'm early in the funnel of the sales process or even towards the end, or even trying to get a price reduction. That video, they get authentic me. This is who I am. If you don't like me, let me know before I come to your house, right? Like that's why, like one of the many reasons why it's so critical to me. Got thoughts on that? Like you guys are living in this every day, this whole authority and trust conversation. Insights?
Well, yeah. Well, somebody makes an instant decision on how trustworthy you are the second that they see you.
Yes.
And so you're always going to start. You're always going to start somewhere.
Yes.
And you can't stop that instant decision from happening. And people cannot make that decision unless they see you, unless they hear you, because it's ingrained in thousands of years of evolution.
Humans are judgmental, my friend. Like everyone that's watching right now knows, and it's like from caveman time. Like, can I trust that person across, walking up to our fire? Are they going to kill us or not? And that's still innate inside the way we think.
Well, absolutely. And just like like gestures. If someone's walking up to your fire with their hands behind their back, warning sign, warning sign, warning sign. You got to be really good at judging, and people got to be really good at judging other people instantly, because if you didn't, thousands of years ago, you died.
Yes.
You
know what? And I know we're going to talk about maybe overcoming some of the fear for a few of the people that are watching this that still have it. But I also think about the email mistakes that people make, or the texting mistakes that in their language, because they don't maybe put the appropriate comma in place, or they say things like, some people send text in all caps, and I'm like, are you screaming at me right now? The beautiful thing about video today is I can shoot a video. It could not be perfect. Matter of fact, I would even argue that it shouldn't be perfect. And people go, he's real, he's human, right? Like, if it's so perfect in an email, I think, well, somebody else wrote that, not me, right? Yeah. So I think the other side of this is that authenticity, like really getting to know this is a human being I'm going to be dealing with. Do I like her smiling eyes? You know what I mean? Do I like his hair? Whatever it is, I think that just removes some of the sales barriers. So beyond the obvious, right? Like epidemic of faceless, which I love, I think it's authenticity, trust, right? Creating that authority. So let's look at, go ahead, please.
So there's a shiny authenticity inversion, and the shinier that something is, to us usually, the less authentic it feels.
Yes.
And so those mistakes that you were mentioning, and the ums and the ahs and the pauses,
the humanness,
and the humanness, and a real genuine smile. You mentioned a smile, but smiling with your eyes and these lines that people try to get rid of, these are your best assets.
Yes.
Because someone can tell when you.
So we should not get Botox here, but
right. Like there's unique and specific areas.
Yes.
But those are all the things that are so important, in face-to-face communication and being authentic when you communicate.
So let's hit for a lot of people that are watching. We have so many people that are Bombbomb users. They're doing Facebook Live, they're doing Instagram Live, they're doing YouTube. Like, a lot of people that are in our ecosystem really have embraced video. So why don't we start with looking at this report? What are the 4 to 5 best tips, best hacks? Maybe for the person that hasn't read it, like, share with them some of the things that are really moving the needle right now on video, so they can steal and R&D and do all that other good stuff.
So I'd be remiss if I didn't, right out of the gate, just thank a few people that really got all the best information out of the 75, the top 50 video influencers, and the 25 honorable mentions. I spent the past 24 hours, like I told you, just pouring through the guide. Yes. I ranked a certain section of the guide, the Bombbomb customers, but we have a team of people like Ava and Allie and Alexa and Jason and Matt Mead, and they spent so much time finding the answers to the questions that you were about to ask me, and pulling that out of all 50 of the influencers who have sent us videos. And so I just wanted to thank them, number one.
I love that.
Because I'm grateful that they did all of this work for us to talk about that, and I'd be remiss if I didn't do that first. So the tips come from great questions. And we asked so many different questions to the video influencers in the different categories. Should we cover the categories and
Absolutely.
get into?
Absolutely.
So we broke it down three different ways, really. You can look at it as style of video, which you have listing videos and community videos. And then we have distribution methods,
which is key.
Social media, and then of course, Bombbomb. And then we have the 5th category, which is all around influencers. And those are people that are using everything. They're using all the different styles of videos, and then they're using all the different distribution methods, and they have a good handle on, which is hard. The more I read the guide and the more I dove deeper and talked to Allie and Alexa for their insights, the more I learned. It's hard. If you're gonna do everything, it's hard, but we can give some very specific tips on how to start to make it easy.
Good.
So let's start at the high level. And reading the guide, one thing stood out to me more than anything else. Curiosity. All the best stories, all the things that we highlighted in the guide that you're going to read, that you're going to be able to learn about specific and tactics, all stemmed from curiosity. Curiosity leads to motivation, and motivation leads to you actually getting started with video.
Yes.
And so some of the best stories in there are, Michael Thorne's red paperclip story. He had a curiosity of how he could take a red paperclip around the community and trade it for something bigger and better. And so hey, I'll give you this red paper clip. What will you give me in return? It's got to be bigger and better. And making X amount of trades and then getting something absolutely amazing at the end that was worth obviously a heck of a lot more than a red paper clip. And so he had a curiosity what he could get for that paper clip, which allowed him to bring in the community, allowed him to easily plot out the amount of videos and the recordings that he wanted to do, gave him a systematic roadmap and a schedule. And so he knew what he was doing and when he was going to do it. And that's what helped him get started with that project. So when you talk about, like how do you get started and what are the tips, what are you curious about? You might not be curious about a red paper clip. You might be curious about, you might love food and you might have a passion for food. Well, you can bring that into your real estate world and tie that in together. It might be fitness. It might be the community. You might be a data nerd. And there's great stories in the guide that you can read about where people just, like Judy Weiniger breaks down her own statistics and her own data. And she's a data nerd, and her enthusiasm comes through in her videos, but that's what her curiosity is. What's the real estate market look like? That's what she loves. And that's like the takeaway is you can do videos about anything that you want, anything that you're curious about, and anything that you're passionate about.
In 2008, I met Gary Vaynerchuk for the first time. We had him speak at one of our events, and he just said, what are you passionate about? Like, do you like dogs?
Yeah.
Do video on dogs. And I remember him saying this and watching people kind of scratch their head.
Right.
But then the ones that picked up on it recognized dogs as an example, or you take a Vizsla dog, like some specific type of dog. There's a giant community of people that are passionate about dogs and might even be even more passionate about that. So it sounds funny, but like look at Kyle Whissel as an example.
Yeah.
Foodie in San Diego. What's the name of his show? They got the whole team. East County Eats, right? We should know that. Thank you, Kyle. But Kyle's a foodie.
Yeah.
And we're human beings. We have to eat, but some people really like food. He's out viewing all these different restaurants, talking about the food. He's got 20,000 followers just on a private page or a public page just for that.
Yeah.
Probably more than he has on his real estate page.
Yeah.
Right? So what other tips and hacks? Because I love that first one, being curious.
So this ties it back to your authenticity, though, and doing something people can see authenticity, see things that they're passionate about, and it ties it right back to just being real on camera and making you motivated to want to do it.
But actually, I want to go deeper. What about so we, I'm looking at my team here. We know the power of thumbnails.
Yeah.
Maybe you speak to that.
Yeah.
But also Jesse, who did such a wonderful job. He's asking
so
qualifying questions in his videos, which, it's almost like, I know I got to qualify the client, but I might as well do it in video and then let them respond. But talk about thumbnails first, because we've been in that discussion, right, for a long time now. What insights do we have there? Maybe explain for some of you that are watching, what the hell's a thumbnail?
The thumbnail is sort of like the subject line of an email.
Yep.
If a subject line of an email is not good, you're not going to read the email. If the thumbnail for your video is not intriguing, if it's not utilizing the curiosity gap, if there's not something unique or something that makes it stand out or catchy, they're never going to watch the video. So it's the subject line of a video. And so there's a lot of great people, like Dennis Plintz does great.
He does a great job.
Great thumbnails and a little bit of text in there, some color and graphics. Michael Thorne and Jesse Peters do a great job. They put they have a color scheme, their branding, and it's always on their thumbnail, so it's instantly recognizable as their brand. And so thumbnails are important. You should spend time on it. Just don't have the thumbnail where you're like,
or maybe sometimes do that.
Sometimes,
If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see how we do our thumbnails, what each of the videos looks like. That's a simple little hack that we've got from other videographers that said, you get the right thumbnail, they're going to open it up, they're going to watch it, they're going to be intrigued. It's
because they're scrolling, they're scrolling. How are you going to stand out?
Yeah. It's like when you're walking through the grocery store, or you're at the end, and there's all the magazines, right? Michael Jackson's Alien Baby. It's the headline that makes you go, what? Right?
That is the headline.
That's the exact concept.
Yeah, it's the digital headline.
Talk about what Jesse's doing, because it's an easy hack that everybody should start.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that their videos, the metric of the video that they're interested in is the amount of views. And that's a vanity metric. It is. Right? So it doesn't matter how many views your video has. If your video has one view and that person buys the home, if it's a listing,
it was good. Good ROI.
It was great. I'd take one view and they bought it, over 1,000 views, and no one bought it. So what Jesse does in the beginning is he qualifies the viewer. We say this statement all the time at Bombbomb. Every email you send teaches the person whether or not to open your subsequent email or your
Yes.
next email.
Yes.
And so Jesse uses that strategy for his videos. Every video that he does teaches the person to open up the next video. So he, right out of the gate, lets people know if the video is right or wrong for them. And he does that through a series of qualifying questions.
Are you looking for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home, like that kind of qualifying?
But he gets specific.
So,
like
yeah, tell us.
not just general. Like, hey, are you looking for the most killer man cave in such and such town?
Yeah.
Like, very specific questions. But he'll ask like 3 or 4 of those questions in the beginning. And then he'll say, if so, watch this video, and then it goes right into the video. So if you're watching it and you're looking for a totally different style of home, but maybe the front or maybe the thumbnail was so good that you wanted to play it, but then Jesse asked a couple questions and you're like, no, 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 no. That's great. Fantastic. This
Don't watch the video.
It's not right for
Yep.
you. Don't waste somebody's time.
Yeah.
And he gets right to the people that are interested, and the views that he does get, it's through the roof because
So-
he knows they're already interested.
Kind of like how we started this video. Have you been fearful of doing videos, or you want to take it to the next level?
Yeah.
Same concept,
it's
right?
the same exact concept, but for homes.
And I love the specificity, right? Because you're looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Corona Del Mar?
Yeah.
That's a little generic, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
are you looking for something on the other side of the highway with a nice view of the ocean and an unfinished, or whatever that kind of specificity?
That's what's going to pull people in.
Yep.
If you market to everyone, you're marketing to no one. If
Yeah.
you focus your market,
You win.
you win.
Okay, so let's switch gears and let's talk about how do we help the person watching that is, they're shy, they hold it up and they look at themselves like, oh my God, my teeth are bad, and what's wrong with my eye? They immediately start, just sort of dogging on themselves. How do we help that guy, that gal step into video?
And you hear this all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people say just
do it.
Yeah, just go out and do
Yeah.
it. Well, you do need to have a plan first.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan will help you just do it, because you can't just say, just record video because your camera's up here, you don't know what to say. You need to have that, going back to that curiosity, you need to have that curiosity if you're going to do community tours or things like that, or interview local people. You need to have a plan first. That plan will help you get comfortable. If you're speaking about a topic that you know, that's going to help even more. But if we want to get super tactical, take a camera, there's a bunch of cameras around here, stick it on the side of your desk. If you are afraid to be on camera, take a camera, stick it on the side of your desk, hit the record button and do some work. And just get used to a camera sitting right on the corner of your desk while you doing what you need to do. And then, it's gonna sound weird, it might be weird in your office, but talk to it every once in a while.
Yes.
And the more time you have a camera on you, and the more that you can communicate just like you would normally in front of a camera, the easier it's going to be. So it just takes repetition like anything else. It takes practice.
Could FaceTime also be an easy way for them, or any sort of, FaceTime,
Yeah, absolutely.
Facebook's new product, Google's product, to be able to just start talking to people this way?
Start with family and friends
Yes,
first. These people
yes.
already know you. They already like you. They're not going to, some of your friends might judge you.
They
but-
know what you look like,
Yeah.
right? It's okay.
Yeah, and so you start, like we always tell people with Bombbomb, don't start converting leads with Bombbomb right off the bat.
Yes.
Send it to your family, send it to a past client, reach out and just say, hey, I was thinking about you, just wanted to send a quick video. You already know what to say. It's very, it's akin to leaving a voicemail.
Yeah.
And so start with the people that love you, and that's it.
So I'm going to give one other insight. If you've ever watched any of my Instagram videos live or Facebook live or anywhere live or a Tom Ferry show, do you think I'm just winging all this? Or do you think there's a chance that I wrote down, this is what I want to deliver, here's the problem, how do we help solve it?
Right.
If you just stop for a moment and you said, okay, I've been on 18 listing presentations this year, 37 presentations this year. What were the 2 to 3 biggest issues every seller had? What were the 2 to 3 concerns every seller had? And you listed them out. There is an unlimited amount of content you could create with that. If you said, what are the 4 or 5 biggest concerns buyers have? I've had 15 buyer consultations in the last 90 days, and all of them are really concerned about this. What if I shot it? I keep saying the same thing over and over again. I keep dialoguing them, one-to-one. But what if I went one-to-many and said, if you've been thinking about buying real estate and you're concerned with this, this, or this, right? And then boom, you share. See, everyone watching this, most of them are natural storytellers. right? It's what we do all day long. You talk to 100 people every single month. You're telling the same story, the same script, the same dialogue about the market, what's going on, et cetera, et cetera.
And you're honing that story.
Yes.
And
yes.
you just do it on video.
Yeah.
And we talk about curiosity, and you say, all right, Steve, maybe I don't have a curiosity for food, and I don't have a curiosity for the businesses, and I don't have a curiosity for this. But if
I
you
don't like anything.
If you don't have a curiosity for saving yourself time, if you don't want to know how to save yourself time, like that, just answering the most common questions and looking through your emails and answering that and telling a story, that is going to help you save time. The takeaway is there's a style of video for everyone.
Yes.
And the guide, and you know what, culminating the guide after I finished fully reading every word and going through all the videos, what I realized is not about video. This whole guide, even though it's called the Video Influencers Guide, is not about video. Video is the mechanism. Video is the cart. What the guide is about is people's passions and their curiosity and all the things that they're doing every day, and video is the way to accentuate that and to send it out.
Yeah. Look at like Chris Kwan we talked about earlier. Big shout out to him. Carrie from Santa Monica.
Humor is his.
Right.
He's funny as
absolutely, and he does these kind of funny videos, whether it's babies and I mean, he's just big shout out.
Yeah.
Carrie, who just talks about this is what's going on in the market right now. Here's a recent situation I have with a buyer. Like she just gets in front of her camera and just starts talking as if she was sitting with one of her friends, sharing this is what's going on right now, this is the situation. It's real estate gossip. I don't know if I'd call it that, but that's that's how it feels. It's very authentic.
And Marguerite has a passion for community, and she does her neighbors series, Meet the Neighbors. And she just likes talking to the people in the community. When you want to move into a community, yes, you want to know if there's great restaurants, but you want to know who you're living next to. And that's sort of like a new thing that's happening with community videos that we're noticing. More focus on the people, and yes, still focus on the businesses and things like that, in the parks and everything else in the area, but people. A lot more people videos, which I like. I think that's exciting.
I do too.
Yeah.
So why don't we finish with two last questions? What are the best? Look, we know, and you said it. We talk about the number of views is like vanity, and yet it's still a measurement of our performance, right? Was this a donkey or was this a unicorn, right? Like, did it resonate for people or did it not? What were some of the best things that agents are doing to get more engagement and to get more views?
Well, thumbnails to start, but it's also the distribution methods. The agents that were absolutely crushing it were using Facebook Premiere, we're using Instagram Stories, we're using Instagram TV. They
Chris Kwan, by the way, just walked in, ladies and gentlemen.
Chris.
What's up, dude? We're live. We're actually not live. We're shooting a show.
So
no editing.
So they have a pillar content strategy. And the pillar content strategy allows them to get the most exposure. People think, oh, I'm going to use this one new thing that's going to help my videos skyrocket to the most amount of views. That's not it. It's having multiple avenues, just like multiple streams of income, like you say. It's
100%.
having multiple avenues for people to engage with your video content and the platform that's most comfortable for them.
Bingo.
And so by doing a pillar content strategy, which simply means taking that big piece of content, so whether it's the paperclip or the Meet Your Neighbors or
a new listing or whatever it may be, right?
And take that and then say, okay, from that, these are all the different places where I'm going to share it.
Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Facebook Live, Facebook Premiere, which allows you to schedule. That was another big thing this year. There's been more change in social media from 2017 to 2018 than any other category. So taking all of those, and the people that were high in the all around, I mean, they just had a systematic approach of building that tree out and saying, okay, I'm going to take this and I'm going to break it down into 30-second clips and 15-second clips and vertical video and horizontal video.
Okay, hold on, I'm looking at my master blogger. Mark, let's link up in this show the episode we did, I forget what it was, like 53 or 54 of the Tom Ferry Show, where I actually showed the multi-strategy approach that we use, and it gives it to him step by step.
That's
right? So you'll love that. It is so important. You said, you got to get to people where they're most comfortable. We did a survey recently amongst our clients. I'm like, give me your top 3 social sites. And it was Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Like, hands down. Now, we had everything on there. Pinterest, we had, Nextdoor, like everything was there, right? But those 3, and the challenge is, we might just be doing those, but to your point, the one person that's on LinkedIn and they're obsessed about it and they see your video, that one person could be the one person that buys a house from you, that refers you 3 or 4 people, that works at Microsoft in the HR department. I mean, you just don't want to limit the exposure.
Yeah. Well, here, Gary Vee, he said when he was running his ads for Wine Library way back in the day, no one was buying Google ads. No one was buying, and so he bought a little bit of, but that's where he generated all of his business. So you don't always need to be where everyone else is at the same time. You find your niche, and if you have a passion for Pinterest, then yes, crush it with Pinterest. You can succeed and win in so many different ways. I just noticed that this week at our leadership meeting at Bombbomb. I looked around at the people at the table, and everyone was so different and so unique, and they got to the top of the company, per se, utilizing or using different skill sets and different strategies. And they had their own unique offering. So they all got to the top a different way, and the video is the same way. You can use video in so many different ways in so many different places.
Totally. So 3 additional things you might want to think about. In your video, say, would you share this? That's an easy one. When you list somebody's house, asking the seller, hey, would you guys share this on your personal page so your friends know? Like, that's an easy one. Email is obvious, right? You've got to get it out via email. And the other thing, and we saw this a lot in the guide, we've been doing the same thing. Hey, will you make a comment here on Facebook or Instagram or wherever I'm at? Make a comment, do this hashtag, and I'll pull one lucky winner and they get a free X. Right?
Kyle Whistle's crushing it.
I know.
Yeah.
But it creates you're not forcing engagement. You're making engagement more natural.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I did a video recently for our coaches where I said, "Hey, coaches, I'm working on this project. Send an email if you're interested." And then I looked and there's no comments, but we're getting a ton of emails. And I quickly went back and changed the edit and said, "Let me know here and send the email." And suddenly, a ton of comments.
It's a micro sale. You have to tell them. People don't do it unless you tell them. And just a simple statement.
Easy. All right, so you're getting a lot of value out of this, and this is probably going to be a show you're going to watch multiple times, take lots of notes. Let's wrap it up with what's new at Bombbomb.
Yeah, we have a lot new at Bombbomb. One, I have a book coming out.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's called Rehumanize Your Business. And
Shouldn't it just be all on video?
Yeah, so it was tough. It was tough bringing in the pictures and the graphics.
Yes, of course.
And so Ethan Butte and I have a book called Rehumanize Your Business. It's going to come out in April. It's published by Wiley, and it takes 10 years of video usage and know-how and puts it into a book. So that's exciting. But in terms of our product and things that people can use, we have a new product coming out next year, which I can't talk about it too much.
Super secret, hush-hush new product.
It is super secret, but yeah, I told you a little bit about that.
All my peeps, you'll hear about it by the time we're at the February Elite, so just know it's coming.
Yep, but something you can use right now is we have the world's first video inbox. And so what that means is someone sends you a video, you can hit reply with video. The problem with all the other video apps before, you had to type in the person's email address. You had to either just forego the message that they sent you because it wouldn't send it in the same thread and say, hey, regarding the message you sent me about blah, 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 because they couldn't see it underneath. Now,
it's truly video to video with ease.
Yep, all your emails come in, you hit reply, you have your scripts right there. It uses our new technology, which is patent pending, and it uploads the video on the fly and codes it on the fly. It's the fastest and best video experience that you can get on your mobile device, no encoding, no wait times.
So they absolutely need to go to bombbomb.com and check that out because that is badass.
Yeah, download it from the App Store.
That could be the first time I've ever said badass on the Tom Ferry Show, just for the record. All right, so Steve, you brought a lot of value today. We're going to have the report hooked up here for the people that have not read it yet. Strongly recommend you go through this. And look, at the end of the day, my friends, people would say, if you don't do video, you're not going to make it in real estate. If you don't do social, you're not going to make it in real estate. If you never do video, you'll be fine. The challenge will be, though, you'll become more and more of a secret agent, right? Like, we want to make sure that you're out there, right? Finding the people that are right for you. And video is an easy way to touch those people that are more likely to work with you, refer you, connect with you, become friends. Like, I just encourage you to do it.
People choose the known versus the unknown.
Bingo.
And video makes you known.
I love that. Let's end on that. All right, so thank you so much. Can't wait to read your comments. Absolutely share this video with a friend that needs to do more video. And Steve, you're the man. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.
Out. Hey, I'm Tom Ferry, and I want to say welcome to real estate. Now, there's a pretty good chance no one's told you there's an 87% failure rate every 5 years in this business, and there's only 2 factors. Agents don't have the tools and they don't take the right action. I'm going to invite you to click the link below and get access to the tools so you can win in this business.